Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're taking a closer look at the reintroduced Oris Aquis Date Relief. Now, this isn't just, any diver. Oris has done some interesting things here, especially with that new relief bezel and the updated dimensions. So, our mission, really get into it, look past the basic specs using Oris's own info, and figure out if these changes make it a truly distinct wearable tool watch. Okay, let's unpack this. First off, this watch, it definitely has presence. We're talking 43.5 millimeters in diameter.
Yeah, that's a noticeable size, bigger than the 41.5 millimeter they offered before.
Right. And 13.1 millimeter thick, 51 millimeter lug to lug. It sounds big on paper.
It does.
But, despite that size, how do they make it feel, well, wearable for daily use? Is it still a proper tool watch with that 300-meter water resistance?
That's a really good question. While 43.5 sounds large, that 51 millimeter lug to lug is actually pretty well managed. It helps it conform to the wrist better than you might think, avoids that massive overhang you sometimes get.
Okay.
And they've cleverly balanced the boldness with some really practical protective stuff.
Like what?
Well, you've got that double-domed sapphire crystal up front. It's got anti-reflective coating inside, which helps with legibility and kind of reduces the perceived height a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Then a round back, a mineral glass exhibition case back, and the screw-down crown. It even has these subtly reshaped guards.
Oh, yeah. For protection.
Exactly. Add security, but also visually. It sort of streamlines that side of the case. What's fascinating here is really that blend of being tough, but also quite refined.
Okay, I see that. And speaking of distinctive, here's where it gets really interesting, I think. The bezel.
Oh, definitely.
It's not just your standard dive bezel. It's steel, unidirectional naturally, but it has this incredible three-dimensional effect.
That's the key word, relief.
Exactly. The 15-minute scale, the numerals, the markers, they actually stand up from the surface. It's not just visual, it's tactile.
You can feel it.
Yeah. Which is cool, but I wonder, does that relief design maybe make it harder to read quickly in some conditions compared to, say, a high-contrast ceramic insert? Is that tactile feel worth a potential legibility trade-off on a dive watch?
That's a fair point to raise. Traditional bezels definitely go for maximum contrast. But Oris seems to be playing a slightly different game here. That relief texture, it adds grip. Think about using it with gloves or when it's wet.
Ah, good point. Easier to turn.
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah.
It leans into the Aquis's unique character. And they compensate on the dial,
Also.
Well, the dial itself is this nice Sunray gray. And the applied indices, the hands, they're packed with superluminova. So visibility there is really strong.
Right. So legibility overall isn't necessarily compromised.
Exactly. And then you've got that pop of color.
Yeah, that red lollipop seconds hand. It looks great, especially if you pair it with the red rubber strap option they offer. So for you, the listener, that choice can really shift the watch's feel, from sort of muted and tool-like to something, well, a bit louder, more expressive.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that the date window at 6 matches the dial color. That's part of the newer Aquis updates, right? It feels very cohesive.
It does. It shows attention to detail.
Yeah.
Now, if we connect this to the bigger picture, the movement inside is crucial for a tool watch.
Right. What's powering this?
It's the Oris 733 caliber. So that's based on the Sellita SW200-1 automatic.
Okay. A well-known quantity, then.
Very much so. A real workhorse. You're looking at 26 joules. It beats at 4 hertz, 28,800 vibrations per hour, and gives you about a 41-hour power reserve.
Standard, reliable stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Central hours, minutes, hacking seconds, the date function. Reliable, easy to service. And you can see the signature Oris red rotor spinning through that exhibition case back.
Always a nice touch. People like seeing the engine.
Yeah, it adds to the appeal and sort of the confidence in the mechanics. It contributes to the watch's overall value, definitely.
And wearing it. You mentioned the red rubber strap. What are the options?
You've got two main choices, that bright red rubber strap or a more traditional 3-link steel bracelet.
Okay.
And both come on a folding clasp that includes an extension system.
Oh, that's handy. For wetsuits or just, hot days?
Precisely.
Okay.
Makes it very practical. Price-wise, you're looking at 2,100 Swiss francs on the rubber strap.
And the bracelet.
A bit more. 2,300 Swiss francs on steel. So options depending on your style and budget.
So what does this all mean? If you're out there looking for a diver's watch that's, well, versatile, but also has a really unique personality, the Oris Aquis Date Relief seems to hit that mark. It's got the serious specs, but also this unique tactile design and ways to customize its look. It makes a statement, but quietly.
Right. And maybe this raises an important question, something for you to think about. How does a watch's unique tactile and visual elements, like this relief bezel, actually enhance your personal experience of what is essentially a tool? Does it transform it beyond just utility into something, more engaging day to day?